Dame Carolyn, since the story emerged about the relationship between Mr. Schofield and the junior employee on his programme, there has been a very common theme in response to from figures in the entertainment world, including some current and some former presenters on ITV. So, for example, Piers Morgan said, and I quote, "Everybody at ITV knew what was happening." James Haskell said, "I knew about this, everyone knew." Kevin Maguire said, "We had all heard the rumours." Can I just ask you, from your vantage point as the chief executive at ITV, do you class yourself in the category of the vast majority of people who seem to know what was going on, or are you telling us that everyone else knew what was going on, but somehow you and perhaps Holly Willoughby were the only ones who did not know?
Yes, Chair, if you don't mind, I'd just like to say thank you very much for inviting me in here and my colleagues. We've taken these issues extremely seriously, as I hope you know. We're particularly glad that we're talking about duty of care in some detail. We look forward to that, and our culture. In every company I've ever worked for, and this is my track record, I've put people at the centre. I've always treated people well. I've always wanted people to come into a place where they feel comfortable, where they can speak up, where they can speak out, where they can be themselves, and where they're happy to come to work.
So then why was there a problem with Love Island?
One of the reasons we asked the KC to come in and look at this, the whole thing, is because we will always want to learn, to listen, to act. So whatever emerges from the KC inquiry, we will learn from it, because there will be lessons. No organisation can do anything perfectly, and we certainly are not saying
you still haven't answered the question.
I think the KC coming in kind of demonstrates our commitment to improving and involving everything we do at all times. A good example of that is actually duty of care, where since 2018, since I joined actually, and we reviewed it, we've strengthened it significantly, and we will talk about that in some detail today. Another reason goes to your point about who knew what. Another reason for welcoming this is that there are huge numbers of opinions, there's speculation, there's rumours, there's misinformation out there, and we look forward to making clear the facts that we know. So thank you again. I'm just going to go straight to your question about the common theme. The people that have said they knew would only have heard rumours about it. If any one of the individuals you have named or referenced had come to us and said there is evidence that there is a relationship between Philip Schofield and person X, we would have, with evidence, we would have been able to launch a formal investigation, because the imbalance of power, the imbalance of dynamics in that relationship makes it deeply inappropriate. And we have policies that say that very clearly. And so one of the things you, I hope, will see as we go through this is that we worked very, very hard for many, many months, in fact, until recently, to ask people, not just Philip Schofield and Person X, but people in production, if they knew something was going on. And it was repeatedly denied by both individuals, but also no one in the team
X denied
ever said there was
asked.
anything that they could say. In fact, most of them said, we don't know what's going on.
When did you personally first become aware of these rumours?
I really became aware of those rumours when Philip came out in February 2020. That is the first time things got really febrile. Social media was awash with, some extremely nasty comments about Philip, as you'd expect, but also just a whole swathe of things about him as a person and his being, there was a lot of speculation and rumour out there. So in February 2020 is when Kevin and I spoke about it, and we actually started looking at it in December 2019, but it ramped up considerably. The kind of noise out there ramped up in 2020.
What you're basically saying is, like the vast majority of people within ITV, you were aware of the rumours about this relationship, but following investigation that you were carried out and the denials that you received from all parties, you were satisfied that the rumours were entirely false. Is that correct?
What I'm saying is that I don't know if it's the vast majority of ITV. You've named three people, I think, high-profile individuals who say they knew. If they knew, why didn't they say something to Kevin? Kevin has conversations with all of those people as talent all the time. So, number one, I don't know if it's the vast majority of ITV people. I don't accept that.
It's people outside ITV
feel like that
too.
To me, right? The second thing is, in February 2020, it was hard to miss the amount of coverage about Philip when he came out. And therefore, I obviously knew in social media in particular that there was a huge amount of comment about him being gay. How long had he been gay? How long has he lived a lie? There were all sorts of aspersions that crossed over to his brother. There was a lot of very, very horrible stuff out there. And I think we said we need to just establish whether this is rumour and speculation and malicious, or whether there is something we need to worry about here.